Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Coach Anna. She's a very interesting coach because she actually helps other women coaches reach 10K months, and that's really fantastic because what happens, and I've seen this a lot, and I'm actually true believer in helping others help others, because that way we can actually reach the biggest amount of people, in my opinion. And Coach Anna, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, Tony. Thank you, first of all, for having me here today. And hello to everyone that's watching. My name is Anna, and currently I'm in Italy, but born and raised in Canada. And so, yes, as Tony had beautifully introduced me, I do help women reach their first 10K months. It wasn't everything that I was doing in the beginning. It's been about 5, 6 years now that is what I am privileged to do and help other women reach their dreams. And prior to that, I was a cook. I was doing all other things, and full-time mom of three, married for 26 years now. And so that's a bit about me. And right now I am, as I said, privileged to help women. About this year's been about over 100 women reach their goals, if that was their first clients or just setting up their coaching business, but they're getting the results that they've wanted, and just seeing them rise. So yeah, thank you, Tony.
Wonderful. So what inspired you actually to start coaching other women on how to reach their goals, how to reach their 10K or build their businesses?
Yeah, well, I didn't actually start with this niche in particular. About 7 years ago, I was going in my downest moment, the lowest point of my life, and so many things were happening. And about to divorce, debt up to my head, drowning in everything, in every situation. Everything was just going down. And that little voice comes to you. It's like, okay, this can't be it. There's got to be more. I'm meant for more. Something's got to change. All those little things. And plugging away in my computer, luckily, I guess the words I was putting in, Tony Robbins came in with a UPW. And I said, I've got to do something at least for myself to get out of this. It was more of an emotional, like really down moment. And I said, I'll just do this and get myself up. And then he introduced us into this world of coaching. I said, that's it. That's it. I'm going to change. I'm going to help other women. I'm going to change my mess into a message and help other women. And what could be more beautiful than helping yourself and helping others and doing something great in this world? And so I actually started with moms that had 3 kids or more, because I have 3 kids myself, with mindset. Because I truly do believe the foundation of everything is really what happens in your mind. And so because that's what I worked on myself first, I got, I went through a course with mindset. I worked with a coach, and I said, that's it. This is what I'm going to do. And so I hired my first coach. She helped me put everything together, and I started helping moms with mindset. And along the way, I got questions from women. I'm like, I'm not a mom, but I really need help with mindset. And so as the journey went forward, I got a reach outs, and they were just reaching out saying, oh, how did you do this? How did you do this? And so at that point, I got reaches out from women saying, hey, I'm not a mom. I don't need mindset, but you're like, you don't have websites. You don't have all these things. How are you doing it? Like, how are you getting clients without all this stuff? And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to help you too. So on the side, I was helping a few women. And when I got some results, I said, okay, I can help a lot more women on this side. And so I still do mindset. The first thing always a set aside of coaching is mindset. We really do work on our mindset before we get into anything about the business side, is always mindset. So I've kept that as a pillar inside the program. So yeah, so that's
Great.
where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing the story. So, in terms of the best results, some of your clients are getting and stuff. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, definitely. So, like I mentioned, they come like the idea is most coaches they want the coaching business for a certain result. And in the beginning is these 10K months is the money, right? And you know, that's what usually happens. They don't always reach the 10K. I have to tell you the truth. And I'm going to share why in a second. But some of them along the journey find out different results that they want. So some of them come to me, it's like, I want the coaching business. I want more freedom. They want to leave their job. Or maybe they want, through their coaching business, use that as a filter to get onto podcasts or interviews, right? Whatever that has been, we have achieved those goals, right? So the beautiful thing is that they've reached their goals. Like wherever they come to me, it's like, okay, you want to get on a podcast? You want to use your coaching for that? Let's do it. You want more freedom and leave your 9 to 5 and get the income to a par so you can do, let's do it. And so at the end is they achieve something more than just the material, the money coming in, is actually becoming a woman they never thought that they would become. And I get more thank yous for that than actually saying, oh, you got me to the 10K, or you got me to, finally I got my business going and I have clients in there. They thank me for actually the journey that they go through themselves.
Yeah.
And for me personally, that's what's been the vehicle for me to finding who Anna was coaching. And so I share that a part of like putting in a business model and all those like, the tactic stuff. Um, but it becomes a higher result than just, hey, I made the 10K. It becomes a full circle, like fulfillment of you as a person and actually achieving what you wanted to achieve. So, um, yeah, not to say there's been like downfalls, there's always the downfalls on there too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all,
okay.
it's all a perfect picture, by the way. It's not.
Definitely. So let's talk a little bit about that as well, because our podcast, as we talked about this, is called the Open Book Entrepreneur. And yeah, so what's one piece of advice you can give to someone who is actually facing challenges, big challenges in their sort of business, in their coaching business, or generally like in their business? What's one piece of advice you can give them?
Well, yeah, advice. Well, definitely. First of all, I want to say like who's out there and like just struggling it, you know, in this marketplace of coaching. It's normal. I don't know if anyone had shared this with you, but I'm just going to say the truth. It's an open book. Let's be the open book today, right?
Yeah.
It's the truth. I know we see a lot, like I've just shared a part of it saying, all this beautiful stuff. And there is beautiful part of coaching. And I believe that's why who stays in it is because the fulfillment is worth more than those downfalls that you go through, right? Um, but nonetheless, there are going to be downfalls. And I was sharing with you a few minutes before that this week was all a no for me. It was just a consistent no. You're going to get the no's. You're going to hit your head like really against the wall. It's like, what's going on? I'm doing all the things. I'm I got the energy. I have the momentum. Everything's there. And there's just like no, nothing. And it's part of the journey. And so maybe a suggestion, not so much of something you can go do and like message someone. This helped me in my journey when I was at that down point. I was like, okay, nothing's happening. I'm doing all the things. What the heck is this coaching thing? And questioning myself and questioning everybody else. At a certain point, I was getting like, all those coaches that say these things, it's not true. And I want to share this thing that really helped me. I was in a really private inner circle, and there was a head coach that came in, and he shared this moment in his life, where it changed the game for me. And he called it the dark room. And in my space and with my clients and even my members, I share this often. All coaches have to go through this dark room. And it's literally dark. Like it's not like you're outside and all this stuff, but it's a dark room where you're doing all the things, you're putting yourself out there, you got an awesome message, everything's amazing, and you feel like you're not even moving an inch. There's nothing coming in, not even a hello, nothing. And it's a part of the business you have to go through. And it's so dark at a certain moment. What usually happens is that if you actually would turn on the light, you're actually this close to the door to get you through the light. But what most coaches do is give up because they just can't see it anymore. They just don't see anything happening and they give up. And they give up right in front of the door that opens up the gateway to the light. And unfortunately, we just have to go through it. So that's why there's that scenario of 99% of the coaches don't make it and 1% do, because there's just that 1% that just sticks through and keeps on going and stays engaged in communities and just knows that I've got everything in place. I'm going through the dark room and I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on going because my moment is coming. And if I hadn't heard that day, I was going to give up. I was just going to give up everything because I was like, I'm doing it. I'm in the best community. I'm doing all the things. And I was just so lucky. I went to that inner circle um, call and he shared this moment. I'm like, okay, I'm in the dark room. And so from this moment until I make it, I get out of this room, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep on chugging away and I'm going to keep on going and placing the things, stay consistent. And so that day I committed to showing up every day and stay consistent. And I haven't missed a day still today. And I got out of the dark room. And
Wow.
and what happens when you get out of that room is everything that you've put in just all of a sudden multiplies. It's like, wait a second, yesterday I didn't have anyone in my group. Now I have 20 people. What happened? And then maybe like, you've been posting, consistently, consistent. It's like no one says, all of a sudden I got views and I have people commenting. And it just multiplies so quickly. It multiplies so quickly. But if the viewers that are watching that connect with that, there are going to be those down moments, and you just got to go through that dark room. So maybe you're walking through that right now. The best thing I can say is stay engaged in the communities that support you, that keep your momentum up, and just know walk through that dark room. It's totally worth it. The door is this close. You're there. I guarantee it. Just keep on going. You'll get through your door and have your light as well.
Yeah, totally. And it's funny, how as coaches and business owners, we go to these dark rooms a lot. It's not even like once. It's maybe sometimes daily. You can have this roller coaster and you can be a winner in the morning, or and lot of things changes as entrepreneur. You can get like negative news in the business, good news in the business, and things like that. So it changes fast, and then also you reach different levels, and whenever you reach different levels, um, you reach a plateau as well, because even if you look at the stock market, it always goes like up, and then it reaches a certain level, and then it has to go down, and then it may go up and break the previous record, but it's just like at some moment it hits that ceiling, yeah. And something interesting you said, when you were in the dark room, there is like a devil for each level, yeah. So I like that. So can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got this notion from Dean, right? During Gas PLC. He talks about this a lot, and I inhabited this, and it's true. Every new level, there seems like there's this freaking new devil. Like, where's this? I just dealt with one. Where'd this one come from now? And so I wish someone had told me this a long time ago, but now that I know it, I've prepared like as much as you can prepare, but I know it's coming. So you talked about the markets, how there's this high moment and down moment. And and so that's the way the coaching journey is. It's up, but you have to know up over when there's an up, there is a down. And when there's a down, there is an up. There's no way, there's nobody that I've worked with or any inner circles I've never had a down moment or an up moment after a down. That's the way it works. And if you can inhabit, like, get this in your mind that once I have a high, not to be afraid of a low, but it doesn't dip so low, it's coming down, and okay, I'm in the down, okay, and you like double up on your, like, get closer to your coach or get the questions, get the things, get closer and connected with people that can bring you back up. Because what happened to me was a lot of times is this down moment I didn't know. I thought I was always supposed to be high, like, oh, this is great. And when I went down, it was like, okay, this is my cue. I gotta quit. That's it. It's not for me. And I wish I knew that before, because as you heard, I've been in this for like 6 years. And maybe for some others, it took them a year. For me, it took, you know, about 4 years and a half before I started to see something, because I kept on like quitting, because it was like, okay, the down moment, that's the sign it's not for me. It's just, I'm supposed to quit. Instead, it's actually the sign you're going through the right way, because there is supposed to be a down moment. There is supposed to be a high. There is supposed to be a no. And the secret is to learn how to handle that emotional as much as possible. Like, I can't say that I have 100% all, everything goes well, I get upset. I get like, you know, some days you just want to like throw it all in.
Yeah.
But I go back to like, okay, that's when I book in the call. That's when I engage with the community that I've created and find the people that's gone through it. And I don't leave myself alone. I think that's the biggest key is I know coaching a certain journey, like after this podcast, we close everything down or we have other things to do. It's a bit of a lonely journey sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
You're not always in the space of people. And so one thing I found for myself is when I'm in that down moment, I have to call out those people like I know a coach or someone that's gone through it and just quickly, what did you do? I'm in a down moment. I don't feel good. I feel like things are just, my mind's getting in the way. That devil's coming along. What how can I just bring myself up a little bit or go through it in an easier way? Um, but at the end, sometimes you just got to go through it.
Totally.
I'm going to be
Totally. Yeah.
honest. You just got
One
to go
million
through it.
percent. Yeah. So, Coach Anna, like, if someone watching us wants to get in touch with you, learn more about you, or connect to you, how they can do that?
Oh, yes, no worries. Well, I'm in my favorite platform. I'm in Facebook. I do have Instagram. I'm there, I'm active, and I do have a YouTube channel. But you can come and check me out. And, friend request me. I would love to connect with all of you. If you have any questions, as you can see, I'm real raw. I'll tell you how it is. Uh, it's, I make it sound easy because that's my mindset. I want it to be easy for all of you, but I will tell you those like points where they are. But if you need any, real answers to real questions, I'm here for you, and you can find me on Facebook.
Totally, yeah. I mean, thanks a lot for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing your story as well. And thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe. And also, if you have any questions for Coach Anna or me, you can drop them in the comments as well. And we'll be more than happy to answer them. See you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye.
Thank you.